Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with another quick transfer talk show. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are well on the road now to 5,000 subscribers. So help us get there by liking and subscribing, and get your comments in down below. Your thoughts on the potential goings on, the potential transfers that could be about to happen at Aston Villa. So transfer window officially opens on Friday, June the 14th. And we're now seeing some more links with Douglas Luiz apparently moving more and more further forward in his move to Juventus. There was talk about Arsenal interested as well. Villa have apparently expecting £50 million. I would say probably wanting a little bit more than that, to be honest. And with Juventus, it's looking like a fee plus some players demanded in that transfer to go forward. Now, we've heard various names. We've heard Sule, we've heard Chiesa, we've heard Weston Mckennie. That is obviously one that won't go away. He's a player who apparently looks like Juventus want to get rid of. Looks like a player that Monchi and Emery are interested in potentially bringing in. Maybe that's that physicality in midfield, that engine room. Maybe there's the versatility to play on that right-hand side as well that could be an option for him. And another name that is being linked is Samuel Iling Jr. Now, what do we know about him? He's been at Juventus for a few years, came through the Chelsea academy, and then moved on to Juventus. And he's been there for a few years now. England under 21 international. He's still only 20 at the moment, but has represented England right from under 15s right through to the under 21s. Played for the Juventus Next Gen team in 2021, scoring 3 goals in 9 appearances, and then was promoted to the full first team for Juventus in 2022, and has now appeared 36 times and scored 2 goals. Can play on the wing and also can play as a wing back. So again, showing that versatility, but mainly plays as a winger, but can play on the left or right. So is probably equally as good in left foot or right foot. I think mainly coming through on the left hand side, but can also play as an attacking midfielder and can play as a central midfielder as well. His main qualities are shown as his goal scoring, dribbling, and running abilities. Now, he was focused on last season. I remember doing a little bit about him last season. So I think he's maybe looking for a move into the English Premier League again, testing himself and get himself back on the radar. I would imagine for England for international duty, potentially after this Euros when places might be up for grabs. So maybe he's looking to get himself back into the spotlight. And could Aston Villa be a club that is a potential destination for him? He has been linked with Tottenham and one or two other clubs as well. So there could be a bit of competition in for him. But if Juventus are looking to use him as a make weight for the Douglas Luiz deal, what do you think about him? He's played more games this season, played 24 times, appeared 24 times, only started 4 games. He's used quite regularly as a substitute, scored 1 goal, and with his left foot, and has 2 assists, so potentially can make an impact. 2 big chances created, pretty decent in terms of passing accuracy when he comes onto the pitch, 79% in terms of per game, 71% in the opposition half, so can make an impact when he comes on. In terms of successful dribbles, they're 33%. 75% in terms of aerial duels won, so obviously got a physicality about him, and 47% duels won. But as I say, when he's coming on, he's maybe coming on to make an impact more so than starting a game. So yeah, pretty decent stats in terms of that. But you'd be looking at a player there. Would he be coming in to start games? Probably not. Would he be coming in to offer an option to come on and maybe bring on his career? Then yes. And if we're looking at players that have come through Unai Emery's system lately, and who he wants to bring in. He wants to bring in these young players who've had some first team experience, have had some high level experience. Look at Morgan Rogers, getting them for a decent price. They've got the base level of skill set. They've been with first team football. They know what is required for them at high level football, and then he adds the little things in and polishes up that rough diamond into a gem. And we've got that potential with Morgan Rogers. Will we have that with someone like Iling Jr. and a potential England international as well? So I quite like this deal. I quite like someone like that coming in. I'm not 100% on the Western Mckennie, but again, trusting Unai Emery on that situation, it gives us another option in midfield. And then if we can get 20, 30 million on top of that for Douglas Luiz, can we then go in for a Conor Gallagher? Can we then go in for maybe a Guendouzi or someone like that to add to the pot that we've already got in terms of our options in midfield? So I'm not actually too bothered about the deal. If Douglas Luiz has agreed terms, as is being reported in the Italian press and now kind of filtering through into the English press, if he's agreed terms and agreed the contract with Juventus, then we just need to make sure the finances fit. And if he's valued at 50 million, 60 million, 70 million, then that is going to be on our balance sheet for the profit and sustainability, which is all important. So yeah, he looks like he is the big player to be potentially leaving, and that is, as we said before, it's looking like it's going to get sorted out this week. And if we get it sorted out early, then we can start doing our deals. And if we can bring in one or two other players as part of that deal, then yes, getting that sorted out early as well is advantageous to us. But like I say, you guys let me know in the comments. Some of you don't want to lose a player like Douglas Luiz. Some of you are okay about it as long as we get a decent quality of player coming in. So yeah, it's an interesting one that might be splitting supporters. 50-50. Another player who has been reported today who is apparently interested in leaving and wanting to reunite with Real Betis is Alex Moreno. Now, had a bit of an injury hit season last season, started off really well, came in the season before in January, hit the ground running, was fantastic, and has generally been good for Villa. Now, in terms of him, if we can get a good price for him, I'm not averse to him moving on, 10, 12, 15 million pounds. I think he's 31, had an injury hit season this season, as I said. How fit is he going to be? How capable is he going to be of coping with the rigors of the Premier League and the Champions League? Now, obviously, it depends on what we get to bring in. Are we looking at left backs? We know we're looking at full backs. We know Matty Cash is a potential option for AC Milan. So could we be seeing, 25, 30, 40 million euros generated from the sale of a couple of fullbacks and then bringing in? We know we've got Nedeljkovic, we know we've got Luka Dean. Would we be adding in another one, maybe two of those players to come in as options beyond that? So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But that one's just come up today in terms of Alex Moreno. But we're seeing these type of players being made available for transfer, and I had a bit of information from one of the supporters of the channel, James, and he did say that players like Moreno, players like obviously Dendoncker, Diego Carlos, even Luka Dean, Matty Cash. There are numerous players available for transfer. Yes, we know everyone's got their price, but these players specifically, we wouldn't mind looking to move on. And then if we can generate that cash, if we can supplement that with free transfers, whether that be Hermoso or whoever, then we're going to do that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting these next couple of weeks because I do think outgoings are going to be important, and then if we can do some trade deals on that, we'll see. And then beyond that, into going into the end of June, start of July, we'll see how much money we've got to spend, and maybe one or two big players could come in. But that's it from me. We will be back tonight for the fans forum where we'll talk all things transfers, all things PSR, because Nassif Soares have had some interesting comments in the press about that. So we'll get into all of that. We'll obviously talk Douglas Luiz as well and get your questions and comments in. So make sure you hit us up at Villa Park Pod or reply to the YouTube advertisement for the show as well. Anything you want to cover, let us know. Let us know in the comments as well, any opinions that you've got. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us on the road to 5k. We will see you tonight 9:30. Don't be late. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.